Beautiful people. Welcome to today's market color session, being the 6th of March 2025. So good to have each and every one of us around for the market color session. Right, for this segment of the market color session, I will be analyzing AUD USD, NZD USD, and USD CAD. Right, before we proceed with the analysis for today, I'd like to crave our indulgence to kindly share the links to this market color session with everyone on our various socials so that as many people can participate in what we have ongoing here. So I'll be giving us 30 seconds to do that. And right after that, we'll be heading straight to the analysis for today. Right, so as we're still doing that, just to bring to your notice that these sessions are being streamed live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You can always do well to catch up with the analysis for today. If you need to go back for, more clarity and understanding, you can always go back to our channel and watch these sessions there. So I'm starting with AUD USD on the monthly time frame I'm seeing right here. You can establish that price direction of the market is, to the downside, and on the weekly time frame too, there's nothing to be confused about right now. Price is to the downside, right? We're seeing a downtrend. The market is breaking lower, establishing that we should be selling in this market. And I've seen something really interesting that I'd like to bring to our notes. The box pattern strategy that we usually use for the market color sessions. If you want to see the other strategy that we use in trading the markets, you can actually sign up for the FX scan training. But for the purpose of the market color session, we'd usually use the box pattern strategy, and I have spotted that on the weekly time frame for you, AUD USD. There's a shoulder right here, sweep, break. All I want to see is price. I want to see price retracing into 0.67944 on the weekly time frame. And once price gets there, I'm willing to sell AUD USD. I'm willing to continue the sell on AUD USD. And as we all know, right? I don't want to assume that we all know, but we always want to sell at premium, and where price currently is not a premium level. So I'd want to see price retracing into this very left shoulder, which is a premium level, before taking the sell on the weekly time frame. And down to the daily time frame. It's pretty much same thing. We can see that price is in a downtrend, breaking even lower, but also take note that there's the left shoulder here. There's the sweep and the break, our classic box pattern, coinciding with what we saw on the weekly time frame. So I'd like to see price retracing into 0.67944, and I will be riding the sell all the way down. And of course, I won't just fold my arms and see price get there. I will also be willing to catch the buy opportunities when I see the break of the high at 0.64058. Once this high is taken out on the daily time frame, I am willing. Once I say take a break of this high rather, and I see a retest, I am willing to ride the retracement, which is a buy all the way to this very left shoulder at 0.67944. But on the 4-hour time frame, what am I seeing today? Today, the trade I am willing to take on AUD/USD on the 4-hour time frame, of course, is a sell. Right, from the much higher time frames, we established that price is in a downtrend. And what I always want to do in a downtrend is sell. Right, the classic box pattern is also right here on the 4-hour time frame. You can see the classic box pattern on the 4-hour time frame, right? The shoulder right here, sweep, break. I want to see price retracing into 0.63715 today being the 6th of March. Once I see price trading into this level again, 0.63715, I will be pulling the trigger for a sell on AUD USD. I will be taking short positions on AUD USD. Please kindly take note of the various price points that we're calling out for this market color session, so that once price gets there, you will be, taking the opportunity to short AUD USD on the 4-hour time frame, and for NZD USD on the monthly time frame, there's nothing to be confused about. You can see that price is to the downside, right? On the weekly time frame too, price is in a downtrend. And of course, I always want to sell in a downtrend. I don't want to trade against the trend. And on the weekly time frame right here, I can still spot the box pattern strategy that we saw on AUD USD. And just to take notes, AUD USD and NZD USD are kind of similar. They're kind of related and similar. So there's the shoulder right here at 0.62729. There's a shoulder right here. I can see the sweep, right? And then the break. So all I want to see price do is retrace into 0.2729 on the weekly time frame. And down to the daily time frame, I want to see if I can spot the box pattern strategy. I can also see the shoulder right here, sweep, break. I want to see price retracing all the way to this very left shoulder on daily time frame, coinciding with the very price level that we saw on the weekly time frame. I want to see price retrace into 0.62729. Right, pretty much this is what I want to see price doing, right? I want to see price trading to this very left shoulder right here. And once price trades into it, I want to see this happening. I want to see this happening, right? We always want to sell at premium, just as we said. We always want to be selling at premium, right? So once price trades into this level and price fully trades into this level rather at 0.62729, I am willing to take the sell all the way. And of course, just as I said for AUD USD, I don't just want to fold my arms and be waiting for price to get there. I'll be willing to catch the retracement all the way into this left shoulder when I see break of this high. The high at 0.57759. And once this high is being taken out and I see a retest, I am willing to take the buy all the way to this very left shoulder on the daily time frame. And for today, I'm also looking out for sell opportunities on AUD USD. I'm looking for sell opportunities, and I can see the price has traded into this very left shoulder on the 4-hour time frame, right? Shoulder sweep break, price is within this zone, and it's not such a bad time for us to, pull the trigger for a sell on NZD USD, seeing that price has fully traded into this very left shoulder on the 4-hour time frame. I will be willing to take my sell positions on NZD USD. So the sell is quite you can already see the setup playing out. Price is already at the left shoulder, so I am more than willing to take the sell. You can take the sell positions too, except there's a box pattern failure. There's something we call the box pattern failure, but price should sell off this level that price is currently. So you can actually take your position, your sell positions on NZD USD. Last on my list being USD CAD. So on the monthly time frame for USD CAD, you can see that price is, bullish, right? Breaking even higher. And on the weekly time frame, pretty much the same thing. We can see that price is breaking even higher. But something interesting to take note of, something pretty much interesting to take note of. I can see the box pattern here, shoulder, sweep, break, all I want to see is some retracement into one spot 35972 on the weekly time frame, right? We always want to buy when price is at a discount level, right? And where this left shoulder is actually a very good point for you to, for us rather, to pull a trigger when price, fully trace into this very left shoulder on the weekly time frame. And on daily time frame too, right? Of course, we're willing to, catch the retracement all the way to one spot 35972. Once I say break of this very low, of course, once I say break of this low at, beg your pardon, once I see break of this low at one spot 41606 and I see price retracing, I will be, catching the retracement all the way to the weekly left shoulder residing right here. So I am actually looking out for a sell to buy on a much higher time frames for USD CAD, and on the 4-hour time frame, right? I am not really clear on what price wants to do on the 4-hour time frame, but I do quite have a direction on where I want to see where the market is going to, rather, on the much higher time frames. But on the 4-hour time frame, I'm not so clear on what the market wants to do. And if it is not obvious, it is really dubious. So I can't really make sense of what's going on the 4-hour time frame. So I'm going to just be watching what USD CAD is doing. And when I have a much clearer direction and when I make much sense of what it wants to do on much lower time frames, I will be willing to, take my top-down analysis again and make sense of what USD CAD is doing. So my trade concentration for today, what I'll be concentrating on is actually AUD USD and NZD USD, since I have a clear direction and I have seen my setup on those currency pairs. I will be more than willing to take my trades on those currency pairs, and I will stay out on USD CAD. Please, if you have questions, so far on what have been analyzed, or if you have a different bias from what have been analyzed from AUD USD, NZD USD, and USD CAD, you can actually ask your questions, type in your different bias and what you're seeing in the market. And while we're trying to do that, registration for the FX Bootcamp training is currently ongoing, right? The box pattern strategy is just one of the many ways that we take positions in the market. If you want to know how we trade individually on the floor, you can actually chat us up on 081 6099 5030 to proceed with your enrollment. Right, it's going to be a swell time and we'll be having an amazing time together. Again, you can chat us up on 081 6099 5030. Right, so we'll be going on a very short break, and right after that, we'll be having Demola coming up to analyze his own various currency pairs. I wish you a good trading day ahead. Cheers and God bless.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the London Session Market Scholar, and this is Demola Global. Today we'll be looking at the indices market. By the indices market, I mean the US 30, NAS 100, and the S&P 500 market. That's been quite an interesting period between Monday and today, which is Thursday. We've seen a lot of drama in the market, a lot of volatility, right? Price moving in very unsuspected manner. Today the fundamental is very not very bullish, but then it's beginning to give us signs of hope, right? So we had tariff on Tuesday. President Trump slammed 25% tariff Canada, Mexico, and what on China, right? And all of them they've retaliated with their own tariff plan too, right? Especially with even China. But then this morning we saw that also the same president has kind of eased the tariff again with for automobile industries, right? So it's a very dicey economic thing that we currently find ourselves, right? Is using the tool of tariff very well. That I mean the president, right? The United States president, and that is also affecting us in this market. If you look at the price action is not something you can just use your normal, structure to trade and all of course, it respects structure at the end of the day. But then in the heat of the moment, you might not see anything because one tweet is enough to, violate your account. But on the daily time frame, let's look at the technical part of things and then we'll continue. On the daily time frame, we see that price, is currently reacting off from this breaker block. We marked out 50% of this level. That was on Tuesday. Price went beyond the 50% and then tapped into the breaker block. And we're seeing some levels of rejection from this zone, right? Using box pattern, you might want to say we should expect a buy from this region, which is what price is currently doing, right? Expect a buy from this region, sweep, break to the upside. We expect that price is going to come back to start buying from this region. But then we need a lot of fundamental to back up what we have on this chart. All right, so let's go to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that price, okay, we see like there's a mini shift of structure, meaning price has in a way broken structure here to the upside, right? It's a minor, that's the word, right? A minor change of structure here. So we should expect that with this information, if this ease on tariff continues, then we should see that push to the upside. See that across board, US 30, NAS 100, and also S&P 500, right? But currently what we have here is a very good box pattern playing out, which I believe price should come a bit again, test this 4 hours order block, right? We should see some retest on this order block here before we see that push to the upside again, right? Price testing this, and then we see that push to the upside one more time. Right, so on the 2-hour time frame, let's see if there's something unique in the market. Nothing unique in the market, although we are seeing like a box pattern too. Yeah, that's a box pattern on the inside another box pattern. Right, so on the 1-hour time frame, probably it's going to be very clear. Yes, you can see something here that although not so clear on the 1-hour time frame, it was more we can consider the one for 2 hours, but then on the 1-hour time frame, it's not looking very clear again. However, regardless, we are looking at this order block. Personally, I'm looking at this order block to buy from it, meaning I see price come to the downside. I'm going to at least engage the market from this zone here, right? All things being equal with fundamental. So I should expect, and then we have NFP coming up by Friday. So that's tomorrow. I should believe that this will send price either flying to the upside, right? I believe you should send price, except if you have something very different in terms of fundamental from the president. All right. But for me, I'll be looking at price, coming to this zone, tapping into this other block, and then we should see price flying because already we have like a shift of structure here. Temporary shift of structure. So I believe price tapping into this zone, we should see it flying to the upside. That's my analysis for this morning. Overall, we are beginning to see that bullish resumption. We should see that bullish resumption again from price action and market structure perspective. We are still very much bearish, right? But then we have a box pattern, and box pattern is known to be like a reversal, a setup that helps us to catch a reversal trade, meaning you catch the move before it as it begins, right? You catch the beginning of the move up until this zone here. So if for any reason we have this box pattern hold, we expect that price is going to ultimately go and clear all of this, right? Price is going to go and clear all of this liquidity that's been built, double bottom, double top that's been built on the daily time frame. All right, that being said, let's go to the next pair for today, which is the US 100, almost something similar to US 100. Like we mentioned, we've cleared liquidity and all of the old liquidity sweep here. However, the same thing is happening for this too. I've seen a box pattern across board, right? But then we lead hold. That's another question. This box pattern holding is predicated on the fact that we see a positive, more positive news from the White House, right? If something negative comes from White House in terms of another tariff slam or trying to, increase the percentage again, or not even, responding to counterparty, agreement, that's their own deal. We will see it sell off again to the downside, right? Because the market has been bleeding since last week because of this singular fact. That being said, we have price tested this region. Let's look on the 4-hour time frame if there's any retest. Of course, it's looking very, very interesting, right? The price might test into this 4-hour order block that's been formed here, although we didn't see that shift for this zone. Look on the 1-hour time frame. Okay, on the 1-hour time frame, we have a fair value gap below here. Interesting times ahead. Have a fair value gap just below. Fair value gap just below, and then we have another block sitting pretty much well, right? So if this hold, we should expect that price is going to tap into this other block and then tap into this fair value gap and probably weak on the other block, and then we see it flying to the upside again since we are beginning to buy to the upside one more time. And currently the fundamental supports our buy position. So this is something we'll be looking at looking forward to do in the market. We see this play out very well in the market. With pull the trigger to buy US 100. That's NASDAQ. All right, now quickly let's look at the S&P 500 this morning, and then we'll call it a wrap for the day. On the S&P 500, on the daily time frame too, they are all over sold, right? They are all oversold. Although there's no clear box pattern play here, we just see that price is reacting up from this zone. It has rejected 2 times, right, from these zones. First week, second week, and price is beginning to probably tap again to that zone. But then looking on the 4-hour time frame, probably we can get something interesting from that market. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame is now looking like a box pattern, right? Meaning price swept through this previous, went up, and then it's coming back again to test it. But then all the way, it's not as clear as the one we have for NASDAQ and and US 30, right? So for this morning, probably price is going to tap into this order block again. It's on the 2-hour time frame. Price is going to tap into this order block again, probably this fair value gap, and then start pushing to the upside. That's one possibility. But for S&P 500, I would just rather leave S&P 500 and then stick with US 30 and NAS, because they have more clearer analysis this morning. They are looking more clear to me personally than S&P 500. So it also had its own order block. In fact, interestingly, this has really swept through the last low, and then although there's no shift also. So that's my major concern. There's no shift of structure. The only shift of structure we have is on US 30, right? 30 had its own shift of structure. So we might just want to be patient, and then for those that might want to ask, what's the shift of structure I'm talking about? If you go to US 30, I think I mapped it out. See this has a shift already. So we are coming for the other block to be tested and then push to the upside. But S&P 500, we don't have that shift happening yet. So you might just stick with US30 and then expect price to tap into that for it to send it to the upside, right? So these are like the quick analysis we have this morning on S&P 500, US30 and NAS 100. That being said, these are all technical analysis. To be very honest with us, the market seems not to be obeying technical recently because of the heavy pressure we have from fundamental analysis. A tweet from the United States president is greater than any support or resistance you might be seeing in the market happening. And that does not mean that you're a bad trader, it's just that you have to flow in, you have to stay in the flow, right, of the market. Whatever it's being said, you have to be in tune with the news. Else you might just be, be a victim of unnecessary loss. All right, that being said, this is a good time to ask a question. If you have any question regarding the analysis, do we have any question? So that we can call it a wrap for today. There's a Victor, Mariam, Amo, Yosori, Luan, Noah. Do we have any question? Was this helpful? Let me know in the comment section, in the chat box. Do we have any question? Do we have any question? Okay, I'm waiting for comments. Okay, no, I said F100. Thank you, thank you. All right, I believe the rest soon they're going to catch up with us. By 2 p.m., we're coming again for the New York session market call, right? Reviewing this trade and to see if there's any other opportunity we have in the market, right? In absence of no question, we'll be calling this session a wrap. We'll be meeting by 2 again today. Thank you all for joining, and cheers and God bless.